Dear students, welcome you all. Today let's discuss about alkyl halides part 2 in that SN1 reaction. Previously we have discussed SN2 reaction. So what is SN? That is nucleophilic substitution. What it is? The reaction involving the replacement of an atom or group by a suitable nucleophile. It is known as nucleophilic substitution reaction. Okay. In that two types are there, SN1 and SN2. So in here what it is SN2, it is the depends upon the rate of determining step of nucleophilic substitution reaction, involves both substrate and nucleophile. Okay, in SN2 reaction. Here in SN1 what it is, here the rate determining step of nucleophilic substitution reaction involves only the substrate, that is alkyl halide. So the reaction, it is referred SN1 reaction. It is first order kinetics. Okay, so in the rate of these reactions depends only depends upon the concentration of alkyl halide and is independent of the concentration of nucleophile. Okay, so that is a first order kinetics. Next, what it is here? Next, the alkyl halides are more reactive. Why? Because the high reactivity of alkyl halides can be explained in terms of the nature of carbon X bond, that carbon halogen bond, which is highly polarized covalent bond due to the large differences in the electronegativities of carbon and halogen atoms. Alkyl halides are more reactive than vinyl chloride, chlorobenzene and benzyl chloride. Alkyl halides are more reactive due to the polarized bond of RX. Okay, polarized bond of Rx. Because of this polarization, carbon becomes electron deficient and alkyl halides become more reactive. So that aryl halides is less reactive than alkyl halide towards nucleophilic substitution because of the resonance stabilization and sp2 hybridization of carbon attached to halide. So unimolecular nucleophilic substitution SN1, nucleophilic SN1 reaction, nucleophilic substitution SN1 reaction. What is here? Let us consider this reaction. You see that reaction between tertiary butyl bromide and potassium hydroxide. Hydroxide ion it is there to produce the tertiary butyl alcohol. A nucleophilic substitution reaction in which the rate of reaction depends upon the concentration of only one reactant. That is called SN1. It is known as SN1 reaction. Okay. That is the rate equal to constant K. It is a tertiary butyl bromide. So here just in this reaction what is it is takes place in more than one step. Okay, more than one step. It is a two-step process. So the experimental evidence it is showed it is showing that two steps experimentally. Okay, so the first step, it is the tertiary butyl bromide. It is butyl, the carbon bromine bond, it is ruptured slowly. It is formation of carbocation takes place. Then immediately that carbocation, it is what it is happening, it is formed slowly, but so as soon as it is formed, it is consumed immediately the hydroxyl ions to form the product. Second step. So here what it is happening, the rate determining step is only the slowest one. It means that the rate of reaction depends on the concentration of tertiary butyl bromide only. So the rate equal to K equal to C3 thrice carbon Br. So the bond here, what it is happening, the such nucleophilic reactions which takes place in two stages, that is step 1, step 2. So, okay, the rate determining step involves only one molecule or unimolecular nucleophilic substitution or SN1. So the rate determining steps involves a slow rupture, carbon bromine bond, it is slowly breaking. So which the energy is supplied by the formation of many ion dipole bonds between the two kinds of ions and the solvent. So in such reaction, a carbocation is formed slowly, but as soon as it is formed, but it is as soon as consumed immediately by the hydroxyl ions to form the final product. So next, the potential energy diagram of SN1 reaction. Here potential energy of SN1 reaction. Here you see the potential energy. Here what it is happening, the reaction SN1 reaction occurs through two transition states, which with the carbocations as the intermediate. Okay, the first step involving the ionization of alkyl bromide to form the tertiary butyl carbocation. Intermediate is highly endothermic, and hence the transition state corresponding to the first step. Corresponding to this step, what it is happening has a E activation, that energy. Okay, it is because of high energy transition state. That is the first step as the rate determining step of SN1 reaction. Okay, so the second step involving the attack of nucleophile, that is OH on the carbocation intermediate, is highly exothermic. Okay, highly exothermic. First one it is endothermic, this is exothermic. Hence the transition state corresponding to this step has low energy activation. Okay, that is your okay, low activation energy. So due to this low energy transition state, the nucleophile attacks the carbocation almost as soon as it is formed. That is okay, that is which one it is formed. Nucleophile attacks the carbocation because of the low energy transition state. The nucleophile attacks the carbocation almost as soon as it is formed. Okay, so it is producing. So this explains what it is. This formation, what it is explains why the strength or the concentration of the nucleophiles does not affect the rate of SN1 reaction. Okay, it is the uh, why the concentration of nucleophile, it is not affecting the rate of SN1 reaction. Because of this only, it is only depends on the alkyl halide concentration. Okay, so next, the stereochemistry of SN1 reaction. Here what it is happening in stereochemistry, it is a planar carbocation. Intermediate it is in here, the SN1 reaction, a planar carbocation intermediate is involved, planar sp2 hybridized carbocation involved. It can be attacked by the it is attacked by the nucleophile from either side. Okay, so when an optically active substrate is used, the attack of nucleophile from one phase of the carbocation so would be lead one enantiomer of the product. Okay, attack from other phase would give another enantiomer. Okay, since two phases are equivalent. Okay, two enantiomers are formed in equal amounts to give a racemic mixture. So in first step, what it is, the optically active minus negative 2 bromo octane ionizes. Here this is a 2 bromo uh, 2 bromo octane ionizes to form bromide ion, and the planar 2 octyl carbocation. Okay, first step here, OH frontal attack, what it is happening, negative, that is 2 bromo octane ionizes to form bromide ion. Okay, and the planar 2 octyl carbocation. Okay, this carbocation has a planar structure since the carbon is bonded to 3 other atoms using the sp2 hybridized orbitals, so which are diagonal and uh, directed towards the three corners of an equilateral triangle. You see this that diagram, which are a vacant p orbital perpendicular to the plane also. So the attack of nucleophile on this carbocation at either loop of the vacant p orbital, which can result in the formation of final product. So if the attack is purely that is a random, we can expect we would expect equal amounts of two isomers. Okay, we can get a racemic form, that is we would get a racemic mixer, has to get. So the actual practice what it is, however, the complete racemization is not observed, then inverted isomers exceeds its enantiomers. This is because of the attack